What's good with y'all? What's good? What's good? Now, I want to come on here real quick and I just want to talk about how to change your life within a matter of 6 months. Now, all the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this video has been either done consistently or on and off within the last 3 years, but within a 6-month time period of my life, I've been doing these things consistently and it's changed my life for the better. Now, step one on how to have a full life transformation is to learn when to say when and to become tired of being tired. In this life, you are made to love yourself to the fullest extent. And self-love is not always giving yourself what you want, it's sometimes giving yourself what you need. And self-love is realizing that what you're doing in your life isn't always suitable to your most authentic and successful self. In this life, bro, this life is about elevation, okay? And if you're stagnant and comfortable, you're failing. You're playing a very dangerous game. In this life, you're not supposed to be always comfortable. Sometimes you have to struggle. The most successful people in the world got comfortable being uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to become comfortable once again. It may be hard. I get it. This life isn't always freaking easy. You know, we all go through our own challenges, our own problems, and as I said in the previous video, if we all as a society put all of our individual problems in one big hat, shook it all up, and we all picked out everybody else's problems for everyone else to have, I'm pretty sure you'd only want to stick with your problems. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, you know, and we are all going through the same thing that everybody else is going through. So at the end of the day, you just gotta love yours and realize enough is enough. Be honest with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in your mind. Meditate on it, okay? And realize that some things in your life, bro, deep down, you don't actually want to do it, okay? A lot of the time as people, we become slaves to our own mind. And a lot of the time, not even a lot of the time, when we talk about battling our own demons, we're not battling anything outside of ourselves. We are battling ourselves. Don't become a slave to your own mind. Now, step 2, and it plays into step 1 as well, change your mindset for positivity, success, and do it with affirmations. I can't stress how important this step is. This is the most, and I guarantee you, the most important step on how to have a full life transformation. As I've said in videos before this one, in this life, you create your own reality through your own mind. And whatever your life is right now is an amalgamation of all your previous thoughts that you've had before this point in time. In order to have the most successful life that you could possibly have, you have to start to change your thoughts now for later. Do the right things now and thank yourself later. Our minds are like sponges. We soak up information the same way that water or a sponge soaks up water. Okay, so with that being said, if we start to reprogram our minds with newer and more successful, authentic, and greater information, then we're going to soak up said information and become that. Your mind doesn't identify with what will be, it identifies as what is, okay? So when you start to change your mind to think that you are the thing that you are trying to become later on, your brain, your mind, and your body are going to take the necessary steps to become that. So if one of your goals in your life is to become fit or skinny, as people like to call it, then you have to rewire your brain with what scientists call neuroplasticity to fit this reality. Our brains are like supercomputers, and we create new neurological pathways in our brain to help us to manifest and cultivate a reality based off of our thoughts. And like I said, the most important way and the quickest way to becoming what you want to become is through affirmations. There's a reason why they say seeing is believing, because you may not see it physically, but you see it in your mind. And as long as you have a clear-cut picture of what you want yourself to be, then and you believe it, then you become it. Now, step 3 on how to change your life completely is to start working out. Now, I don't know how important this is to stress, but working out, getting outside and touching grass, grounding yourself in the grass, literally, is a very, very important step. Our bodies come from the earth. Our minds come from the divine. Our souls literally come from God, okay? And because we are the highest extent of God's creation, we are supposed to be outside. We are social creatures. We are creatures who are not supposed to be inside under roof all the time. We need to soak up that vitamin D, and especially for my melanated people, we soak up this cosmic etheric energy in ways that many other people don't. You are supposed to be outside. And on the topic of working out, it's very important that you work out and you get in tune with your body. Now, this obviously isn't applicable to everybody. There are some people who don't necessarily like working out, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But when it comes to working out literally produces endorphins, which is literally feel-good hormones that allow you to raise your vibration or to always be in a positive mood. You ever feel gratification when you're done with a really tumultuous workout? That's because not only is that dopamine, but that's literally endorphins being released from your brain. And you'll start to see that over time, depending on what your goals are, that your body, your mind, and eventually your spirit is going to all get aligned, even just through working out. On a side tangent, and I'll make a whole nother video about myself personally, but when it came for me to start having my full life transformation, that was the first thing I did. The first thing I did was working out. Before I found spirituality, before my mindset changed about anything, it was really just me working out. I was working out every day, every night, just doing what I had to do, and eventually that led to where I am to this day. Now, step 4 on how to have a full life transformation is to eat healthier. Bro, I can't stress how important it is to eat healthier, okay? Although working out is very important, you can't outwork out a bad diet, okay? And it's very important that you start to incorporate better foods that are more suitable for your body. Now, obviously, there are going to be times where, you're not always eating the greatest or A, B, C, and D, and obviously that doesn't matter. But as long as you're taking the necessary steps to get in tune with your body as well as your diet, then there's really nothing that could go wrong. If you're someone watching this video whose goal is to lose weight, I encourage you, which is what I did, to, if you can't eliminate all of the bullshit and stuff like that, at least eat fruit. That's what I do a lot, and fruit has fiber, so you know what fiber does for your body, and when you start to work out and when you start to eat better foods, you're going to feel much better about yourself, and that weight is going to just start to trim off like it was nothing, like it was never there. Now, I'm not saying you gotta go cold turkey, you just gotta eliminate everything, but everything in this life comes in waves. Everything comes in stages, and life is like a school, and we can apply that same philosophy to every little thing that we do in our life. So it's okay if you're still doing this or you're still doing that, but eventually, as time progresses, things are gonna get better and it's gonna become easier. Now, step 5 on how to have a full life transformation is to stop watching porn. Now, I'm definitely going to make another video about why porn is such a dangerous weapon and my experiences doing what I do and things like that. But what I will say is that you need to stop watching porn, or do it to the best of your ability, okay? Porn is a weapon, and just to get into it just a little bit, porn is a weapon that literally reshapes our brain composition, okay? And it takes us away from the real sexual experiences that we could be having. Porn is literally an addictive drug, and for lack of any better words, porn isn't good for ourselves. Now, I'm not going to be one of these people who talk about how if you still watch porn, if you still do this, if you still do that, you're a bitch. Maybe you could have caught me 2 years ago saying stuff like that, but based off of the experiences that I've had, I'm definitely not going to say that, you're a bitch for doing this or you're a bitch for doing that. At the end of the day, bro, just do what you need to do according to your life. And I know for many guys especially, this could be a hard one. But like I said, watching porn can not only be an addiction, but it's a drug. And I implore you to either get on semen retention or just completely stop watching porn at all. Back in 2020, when I found what semen retention was, this semen retention literally changed my life and my mindset, and I wouldn't be the person who I am today if it wasn't for me retaining my sexual energy. Semen retention has so many benefits. The act of cultivating your sexual energy is so divine and very spiritual, and it's very important that as a guy, you at least retain your energy, your sexual energy, for an extended amount of time, just even to see the benefits of what it could possibly have for your life. Step 6 on how to have a full life transformation is to journal, meditate, and pray. Now, this is some of the most important stuff that you could possibly do, and don't mind the wind, it's a little bit windy right now. This is some of the most important stuff you could do, and the reason why I say this is because, sometimes in life, we get very emotionally triggered. And when we do, it's very important that as opposed to transmitting that energy and hurting yourself or hurting somebody through your words or through your actions, it's best that you take it out on a book. And hey, even if you don't have anybody, your source of having someone can literally be your higher power. There'll be some times where, because I'm a human too, I feel lonely. Or there'll be times where, sometimes I don't feel like I have anybody. So sometimes I'll journal about how I feel in that moment. Or, sometimes I'll just meditate or pray to the universe, pray to God, just, not necessarily asking for forgiveness of anything, but just simply using something above me, the universe, this higher divine cosmic force that runs reality, as a source of security and comfort. Not only that, but these divine forces can be the source of your power. And it doesn't matter if you're religious, it doesn't matter if you're spiritual, it doesn't matter if you're, an atheist, it doesn't matter if you believe in the fucking scientific method. At the end of the day, if you have that source of divinity within you, then you're no different than anybody else. And when it comes to journaling is very important, not only so that we can get our emotions out, but especially as guys, sometimes we feel like we can't necessarily voice our emotional field to many other people. And our emotions is the source of our strength, okay? So with that being said, getting into it with your emotions is some of the most powerful shit you could do as a man, because that means that you are emotion controlled and you are not so easily emotionally triggered. This is also known as emotional intelligence. And not only that, journaling is very good for your memory, and it serves as a progress checker. So with that being said, you can go back, like me personally, I can go back to the same time last year and I can tell you exactly how I was feeling, exactly what I was going through. And the seventh and final way to have a full life transformation, last but not least, is to pick up a hobby or start reading books. Now, when it comes to reading books is very important, not only to expand your level of knowledge, but to expand your level of vocabulary. I'm not gonna get too much into detail because I don't have that much time on this video. My phone about to run out of storage, but I truly recommend reading books as it's helped me out a lot within the last few months. The first book that I started reading that really got me into books was The Four Agreements, a book that I made a review about back a few months ago. That book not only truly shifted my life, but that book made me really start like reading. And it's very important that as a person of high value that you pick up a hobby or a skill. Many times there are certain skills out here that can make you a lot of money, or even if it's not monetized, there are many skills out here and hobbies that you can pick up that are generally fun and a means to express your soul. If it requires money, then ask yourself, is it truly your passion? Okay, certain things that we love to do in this life don't have to be backed by money at all. It doesn't cost anything to have a good time. So pick up a hobby, try something new, you may like it. But with that being said, I love myself for you. We're gonna rock out, have a beautiful, blessed, productive, and successful day. And remember, the goal of life is not just to be infinitely great, but to be greater than infinity. Peace.